Hello guys, it's Morani and welcome to another video. So today morning I was checking my tech news and I came across a BBC article which is written about the Worldcoin, and this has been trending in Kenya for a while. So let me read for you what some of the guys gave as feedback. I came here yesterday, that is where they were getting this registration. I waited until my phone died, so I came again today, but I've missed the registration again. I really like Worldcoin because of the money. I'm not worried about the data being taken as long as the money comes. This is written by BBC, and this is feedback from Dixon Muli. Yeah, let's talk about Worldcoin and why they are actually scanning people's eyes to give them a world ID that we the people know nothing about. Let's do this. A few days ago, I was just browsing through Instagram looking for exciting content to actually laugh about. A bit of crazy Kenya there and a bit of Flacco. And then I came across this post by Nairobi Gossip, and they were talking about guys actually lining up to have their eyes scanned by an orb. And then it mentioned something to do with the Worldcoin. Now when it came to the word Worldcoin, I was like, okay, now this is cryptocurrency. So guys were actually getting 7,000 Kenya shillings, and that was the most interesting bit for me. So I had to look it up, and it turns out that the Worldcoin is actually a cryptocurrency coin, and it was launched, or the project started in 2019. These guys are actually headed by Sam Altman. It's the same CEO who actually runs the OpenAI company which owns ChatGPT. I believe that most of you have already done a brief research on OpenAI, that is the company that owns ChatGPT, and you already know that they are in partnership with Microsoft. That's why Google has not managed to have the rights to integrate ChatGPT with their Google search engine. So in Kenya, as it stands, and as I was looking at the numbers of the people who have actually registered, these guys were promising that they are going to give us Kenyans about 7,000 Kenya shillings. On my research, I found that these guys are actually giving Kenyans about $49, which translates to about 6,994.75 Kenya shillings. The catch is this: you actually don't get this money in cash, so the money is actually put in the Worldcoin wallet. Now one Worldcoin translates to about 2 point something dollars when I checked it up on the coin market. A lot of governments in the world were definitely going to cause fracas and be very skeptical about this company offering free money to people. It's also meant to go and affect a lot of finances and a lot of, let's call it, inflation, or it's going to bring upon inflation. You cannot give everybody who registered 7,000 Kenya shillings without them having offered, a service or a good to somebody, because that's the transaction that needs to be made for money to actually be created for household. However, OpenAI came up with a narrative they're calling UBI, that is Universal Basic Income. In this model, they suggest that they're going to be giving humans at least a survival income for them for just being humans. At the beginning, this seemed like a very good thing because these are the same people who are actually creating robots and artificial intelligence and all that. So household income was definitely going to be affected by the existence of OpenAI as a company. Sam Altman got a very good excuse for him to actually register as many people to the Worldcoin as they can. But again, let's look at the cryptocurrency itself as it stands. I've always been skeptical about cryptocurrency because were banks ever going to allow us to use money that does not need to be banked, money that they cannot control, governments cannot control, and only tech people are ever going to control? That's why I've always been skeptical about these coins and the whole Bitcoin and all, all that thing to do with cryptocurrencies. So this is now what is happening in Kenya. When you go and register, you're not getting this money given to you in cash or deposited to your M-Pesa or your bank account. This money is put in the Worldcoin wallet. That is $49, which is translated to about the 6,994 Kenya shillings, right? You need to trade this money for you to be able to actually use it. That is trading, buying coins, selling coin, buying coins, selling coins. You cannot buy anything with this money. However, I am not 100% sure whether you can actually withdraw the $49, but I really doubt that this case would make it that simple for you to just go register and withdraw the money and spend it. So they want you to trade the money. However, I just checked a few minutes ago before doing this video, and it's that M-Pesa has already integrated itself with the Worldcoin, and this means that people can withdraw directly from Worldcoin to their M-Pesa wallet as well at a cost. This will mean that M-Pesa will reap huge if at all this Worldcoin thing does not work out in Kenya. The government in like a day ago before this video. This case actually stopped the Worldcoin from continuing the registration of people, because what they do is you go, you see an orb, and you actually face the orb the way I'm facing this microphone, and it scans your eye. Now the iris of the eye is one identifier that it's unique for every specific human being. That was going to be the simplest way for this case to actually identify human beings and for them to collect information that is very unique. And when I was reading the comment by Dixon Molly on the BBC, and he said that he does not care what happens to the data that he gives to these guys as long as he ends up getting the money. The money comes with a catch. You first give your information. You've been registered for a world ID, which you've probably not read about. I believe that Worldcoin already gave more information about what they're doing and their, activities in Kenya for them to actually be allowed to start this whole, campaign. And I believe that some people have also gotten some coins in our government for them to actually allow this to happen, because they should have educated Kenyans openly. We Kenyans love videos. They should have at least done a video for us to understand what this all Worldcoin is before actually starting to register people. But for you to just go stare at an orb for a few seconds and get that amount of money, I believe it's a huge deal for Kenyans who do not understand the magnitude of them giving this much information to a company that is actually private. So these are some of the reasons why the government of Kenya decided to stop the whole registration and the whole campaign. The CS for Interior, Kindiki, decided to stop the whole campaign. Just wondering why the IT CS did not stop it himself, but Kindiki actually managed to do it, and that was a good sign. Now, these are the reasons why Kindiki decided to stop this campaign. One was that he explained that the government does not understand how the biometric data is being stored. The data that Worldcoin is collecting, they do not understand how it's being stored. And in Kenya, we know that the store of biometric data has always been a huge issue. Once again, the Worldcoin has come to collect data, and the government does not understand where this data is being stored. The government is also cautious about a private company coming into the country and offering money for data. They give you money and you give them your information. I expected the government to talk about the world ID that people are registering without even knowing. The other reason is the same reason why these guys are not registering in the US or the UK, part of the UK. That is having so much data in the hands of a private company. We've seen that most countries in the world at the moment are deploying private companies to actually do the work that governments should actually be doing. That is from military to actually spying and all that. So the government has stopped partly because they do not understand why this private company wants to fetch so much data, and is fetching this much data from people who do not even understand this process of buying and selling coins or how cryptocurrency actually works. But they're just collecting. They do not even have like a standard for, like, they should have gone. For me, if this was actually a genuine process, they could have gone to campuses and probably approached students who are doing stuff to do with computer science, who actually understand how these digital coins work, and first enroll them, then use them to spread the word to the rest of the Kenyans. But they are just fetching data, and this is why the government was very skeptical about it. My take on this is that, first, I'm very skeptical about the whole cryptocurrency thing. So I'm not a crypto person. I would rather trade forex than do cryptocurrencies, because this is a coin you buy and then you sell when the prices go up, right? You cannot use this coin to buy anything. I've never seen a restaurant that I've gone to and they want you to use crypto. Also, banks are likely not to allow crypto to progress at this stage. Banks will block it for a while. It might happen in 200 years to come, but it's not happening at the moment. The more information you give out here, the more information is sold. What most companies will do is that they will collect your information, including the information you write when you're getting into an estate and you have to indicate your name, your phone number and all that, and sell it to a company that will actually buy it at a cost. And those become leads to some other companies that they will call you probably and try to sell information. But this information can actually be used in a negative way by military bodies, by other countries to attack their neighbors, terrorism, and yeah, all that. So my take on this whole thing is that if you need the 7,000 Kenya shillings, go register, get the 7,000 Kenya shillings, but know that your information has actually been taken, and at that point you've probably agreed to a process that you are not 100% aware of, and that means that your information can be used, probably because you've given consent and you did not read terms and conditions. In other words, if you do not need the 7,000 Kenya shillings, don't go. don't register. Just wait, join Binance or whichever other body that trades coins, and read about this coin, the Worldcoin, very carefully. Then join it independently out of your own will, and not that you need to be given some amount. This proverb that says that when the deal is too good, you're supposed to think twice. So guys, let's think twice. Do your own research before you actually go and look at that orb for a few seconds and be given some money. But if you really need the money, the economy is not that friendly to us, go get the 6,994.75 Kenya shillings and try and withdraw it through M-Pesa. I mean, you'll have contributed to the economy. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment. See you in the next one. You actually get to earn money. Work and that is the simplest way that these white guys were going. Kindiki hiyo kwanza hata naijua but siwezi pronounce. Kithuri kindiki.